These people have reported that they have some paranormal activity, scratching on the walls, knocking on things flying off shelves, hitting the ground. Definitely wanted to get their attention from some sort of spiritual entity. So I'm here to check it out.
Tupperware flying off here and there, silverware moving about, cologne bottle moved across the room. They heard glass shattering on the floor. A little boy, 2 years old, her fiance's nephew, 2 years old. He was in the kitchen in the dark.
I just sent her the exact same emojis, and
he was motioning, saying shh, and holding his finger towards his mouth. Marissa had a bad dream in which I'm saying that the entities have a plan. She had a dream about me. Baby feet is sometimes heard in the house, and the light flickers.
I'm not sure if it's the house or if it's me, because when we lived at our apartment, I had sleep paralysis where I saw a figure in the doorway, and I had to scratch the crap out of his
Where
head.
was that at?
At our apartment.
At the apartment.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know if something's attached. Maybe.
It was me, because when I lived with my grandma's, I heard footsteps in the hallway, which is in 47th Avenue, which is our apartment's on 47th Avenue.
Okay, so maybe at
47.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh shoot! It left.
It was a 3 and a cross.
3 and a cross?
3 and a cross. It was like a circle with
weird.
a cross.
Huh.
That's weird.
That was
That's
so weird.
weird.
It was from her mother-in-law.
Wow.
Had a 3 and then like a cross.
Instead
But on
of
the-
those emojis?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw
Oh, weird.
3.
Before you guys, but the cross was sideways.
William, what do you know about this house?
Already when I was like 17, the guy who used to live here before my sister was an older gentleman, probably in his late 60s, doing our taxes.
Oh.
So at the time he was telling us that the house was up for sale. At the same time my sister was looking for a house.
Has he ever experienced anything paranormal or anything strange happening here?
Not that I know of.
Now, what have you experienced here?
My fiance was when the supposedly cologne bottle dropped and dragged all over the living room floor and ended up under the couch. On that corner before the 12 Disciples dinner was up there, I felt like a hand touched me in the back.
Have you ever felt threatened in this home by the entity?
No,
Do you ever feel cold spots in this house?
not really.
And you don't see any like shadows moving about with your peripheral vision or anything like that?
No shadows.
Can you introduce the gentleman next to you?
This is my best friend. His name is Val.
My name is Valentin Peña Juarez. I sometimes feel a presence. I really can't tell if it's evil or good. It feels like something's here.
Have you ever experienced this before in other places? Do you feel like maybe you have psychic abilities where you can feel a presence?
I have to be the most spiritual. So mentally, and when I speak sometimes, I get pretty spiritual.
But you can feel like a presence or something like that?
And I've seen some things growing up too, so.
Well, my wife, she has that same ability. She can feel things. You're not alone. There's other people out there like you. So.
It was a few days ago. We got in my truck, and as soon as I turned it on, and I looked towards the front door right here, I didn't see nothing, but I know something was watching us leave. Well, that particular night, I was trying to figure out what time it was, and I was gonna get up, and my brother's room was right across from me, and so I was gonna go up to him. But as soon as I looked towards my door, I seen a figure. I want to say as tall as me. And it was just standing there at my door. And I thought it was my brother at first, because at the time I was pretty short and my brother was a little bit pretty tall at the time. And I was, and I called for his name, but it just kept standing there. It was a solid figure. I couldn't see through it.
One day I woke up, my eyes were a little open, my body couldn't move. It feels like something very heavy was sitting on me, holding me down. He fell asleep with his hand across my body, and my hand was right underneath it. I was able to scratch and scratch until it woke him up because I couldn't move any other part of my body. Finally, he woke something looking at me in the doorway. And there was this really large figure that I saw. He ran over and turned the lights on and it was gone. I would hear footsteps on the hallway. My cat lived with me there. I had to keep the door cracked so he can run in and out, but he would sometimes sit at the door and look out into the hallway. I kept it closed fairly small because I always felt like there's something looking at me. I always felt like there was something around me, which I always thought was maybe my grandma or someone, but it didn't feel comfortable. I feel like if it was my grandma, it would be comforting. But
So there's a possibility that it could have followed you from the apartment or
the house, my parents' house, but even when I was little, I had a lot of experiences when I was younger. I had an imaginary friend, which most kids have the imaginary friend, but it was at a specific house where there was a picture of a clown that was upside down in my closet. My mom didn't know the previous owner left it there. My mom's very into like tarot cards and all that, so she thought maybe someone had done something to that painting and left it upside down in my room for a reason. After we moved in, I had an imaginary friend that wanted to hurt my brothers, and I would tell to go hurt my brothers when they would make me mad.
Over there on 6th and 5th and Elder Creek, hearing someone going up the stairs real quick and down the stairs real quick. Growing up, I remember also one night I was in my bed watching TV, and next thing you know, my door just, it was locked, so my door just opened, like if someone just opened it. And I got up, went over to the restroom, looking there, went downstairs, saw my sister was awake there. I told her, hey, you opened my door tonight. I've been here all the time. So I'm like, okay. When my grandma died, a couple of weeks later, we had a stereo outside under the grill. That turned on out of nowhere. It was late at night, probably between 11 or 12. I saw a Ouija board under her bed.
It's the same sister that owned this house.
Same sister, yeah. There's days that I feel very sad and depressed, and I could sense something or someone here, but I smell my grandmother's perfume very strong for like maybe a minute or two, and the smell just disappears. I do know that I think it was my mom's side, one of her great grandpas used to do white magic in the tradition Mexican. One day my family and I were watching TV. We had one of our cousins over, and she was a very religious, Catholic religious person. And we were talking about God, demons and all this. Next thing you know, we hear like something move in the kitchen, and the pots and pans just crumble each other, like someone was moving them.